Hello and welcome to my stream. Tonight we're playing RollerCoaster Tycoon Deluxe. And this is my favorite PC game in case you didn't know that, in case you are new to the channel or if you haven't been around in a while. We have started playing this game a long time ago, like I'm talking to Emily right now. And I think Emily is right. Probably I haven't played this since 2019. So it's like almost 2 years. Probably that's the amount of time that has passed by since then. A lot has happened, and we could not finish this game because it is such a long game. And as you can see, we stopped playing it on the second expansion pack of it, the Loopy Landscapes expansion pack. And that's actually my first time playing those levels. This playthrough of the Loopy Landscapes is blind, because as a kid I could only play up until Corkscrew Follies, which is the first expansion pack, and then I don't even think I have ever beaten it, but thankfully now on the streams I could beat those levels and then we could proceed to the Loopy Landscapes. But I'm surprised to see that we actually haven't played many levels on it. I was kind of thinking that I would be closer to finish this expansion pack, but it seems that I have only played 8 levels so far, so maybe I still have a good amount of things to do on this game. I was thinking that it wouldn't take me that long for me to finish the first game and then maybe proceed to the sequels. But never mind, we still have a couple levels left in here, so let's work on them. And I hope that I will be able to get the hang of everything fast because I may be feeling rusty about playing this. But I will be patient and I will try little by little remembering everything. I'm also a little bit scared because this expansion pack was hard, or from my memory, it has been throwing hard levels at me. So hopefully this Good Night Park, which is the next one, will be okay. It won't be too brutal. It won't have the freaking bloodshed roller coasters that Joe Dancing brought here to us, right, on the chat. Good memory, Joe Dancing. How could you forget those, right? Yeah, the freaking bloodshed roller coasters. But hopefully we'll be alright, and then we can finally get to the end of it. Because my childhood's dream was to beat all of the levels of this game and finally play the Mega Park. I have always dreamed on playing that. I have never seen it. Maybe it won't be too great as my childhood expectations are hoping, but I'm still curious, so let's keep on going on it. Also, hey Joe Dancing, Emily, Ultras, how are you guys doing? Hopefully you guys had a great week. Let me catch up with the rest of the chat. Emily's saying that she's missing my face. I know, right? And I also said that I would be looking for a webcam this week. I could not do it. I ended up having a somewhat busy, crazy week that I end up not having the time, or I was disorganized as well. So I still haven't looked for a webcam. So I'm not sure when I'm going to get a webcam, but hopefully on this month. Hopefully on February I can buy it and then test it, because I also need to see if it's going to work on my computer. But the other thing, or maybe I should also say that in case you haven't been on this channel for a while and somehow you started watching the RollerCoaster Tycoon streams on YouTube or on the VODs or something, all of the other streams had my webcam working, but this time I'm streaming without it because on one of my Digimon World playthroughs, or on one of my Digimon World streams, my webcam started to freeze, and then I still couldn't solve that problem. Actually, the reason why I decided to split up my streaming days into RollerCoaster Tycoon on Saturdays and Digimon World on Sundays is because as RollerCoaster Tycoon was a game I have started back in the past, right? Back in the day, I thought it was okay to not show my reactions as I don't have my webcam working right now with this game, because most of my reactions are back there on the previous episodes of this game, right? Instead of oh, let's start a new game on Saturdays so we can add more variety to the stream. But then I would prefer having my webcam back to work before I can start something new, because then it's going to have a lot of my reactions. But as Rollercoaster Tycoon is like an infinite playthrough of this channel so far, Digimon World is getting there as well though. I decided to. I realized that it was a good idea for like, yeah, let's go back to it, as I don't think the camera will be that major. I mean, it does add some more reactions to the playthrough, but most of the playthrough of this is already on cam, right? But I would also say that the same situation that's going on Digimon World, I think I will do it in here too. Like I was just mentioning, my dream is to play the Mega Park, which is like the ultimate level of this game. I wanna record my reaction to that, so hopefully by the time I get there, I will have my webcam back to work. It's going to take a while because, as I can see right now, there are still many levels. So yeah, by the day I get there, we will have the cam back to work and everything. So Ultros went for a drive to see his grandparents. Oh yes, I remember you told me some stories about that house, right? Yes, I remember that. How was it? Was it as nostalgic as always? I think you were saying that it used to be very crowded, right? Although looks like no one is living there right now. Oh, in the house? But it's more of a summer house anyways. I see. Is that a picture of it? Emily House College and Joe Dancing, I gotta tell you some things as well. Starting with like, oh my god. I'm checking Ultra's picture and Jesus, it's cold. Yeah, it's so frozen right there. In here, thank goodness the weather has changed as well, and we are getting some rains. And it was freaking finally, because the whole January was hot. So it's been a good weekend with some rains and somewhat more cold weather. But I don't know if it's going to last. It's actually thanks to a somewhat tornado or cyclone that's close to Brazil, but it's kind of crossing the ocean, and then it's giving us this weather change. But it was necessary because it's been super hot. So Walters is saying that his visit to his grandparents' house was very heavily nostalgic. I was telling you that I started to watch, or maybe I should say even rewatch, some 90s shows that I grew up on watching. And this week I was so crazy and busy that I ended up not having the time to go back to it, right? I was watching The Adventures of Pete and Pete. I will see if this next week I can go back to it. Although I started watching other things though. I started watching an anime that a friend of mine told me to also check, which was called Erased, but I could only start it yesterday and today, so I have been binging that right now. Today Emily has baked some cookies. That sounds great. I still gotta learn how to bake my cookies, right? Because I have only tried baking cookies once, which was for peanut butter cookies. Belias, thank you so much for the resub. How are you, man? I hope you have been great. Okay, Emily. Emily sent me a picture on the Discord. Were they chocolate cookies or something? It snowed for 3 days straight. Yes, you showed us a picture from your window as well, right, Emily, on Discord? That's true. I remember seeing that it was freezing in there too. There is a very good bakery on the drive there in a super small town. When I drove past it, it was all boarded up and newspaper covering the windows. You thought it was gone. But there is a sign saying they are opening on February 9th, and their website says it too, right? Okay, there we go. So thank goodness they are not closed, right? It's probably some break they are taking or having, maybe thanks to COVID, maybe thanks to the weather. Bellis is doing all right. There we go. He has been relaxing and having a nice drink. What are you drinking, man? I gotta say that I have been addicted to freaking grape juice. I don't remember if I brought this up. Maybe I did actually. But my mother sent me 10 bottles of grape juice. And the grape juice is freaking delicious. Because it is actually 100% natural grape juice. I don't know if you can say whole grape juice for in this case because I think you can't. When you say, for example, whole milk or whole rice, but anyway, it's 100% made of grapes, no sugar, no chemicals added. It's so damn good. So that's my drink of the past days, Bellius. Freaking grape juice. I was even wondering or considering making some grape ice cream because I learned how to make lime ice cream not too long ago. And now, as I have this grape juice, I could use it instead of the lime juice, right? But I ended up feeling kind of lazy and then I gave up on the idea. But I still want to try that. Ultras has gotten some awesome donuts. Okay. Or actually, the bakery, right? The bakery had some awesome donuts. Man, they look very great. I like how they have the chocolate covering them. I don't think I have seen a lot of donuts with chocolate covering them like that. It looks a lot like a pastry, a Brazilian pastry, but I also noticed that they are covering the donuts whole, right? Normally you see the whole of the donut, but not in this case with the chocolate. But yeah, I imagine it tastes different than the pastry that I'm thinking. And then let me check the other picture. Oh, and then those are pies? Yeah, the second picture, those are pies, right? They have peach, cherry, and blueberry pies, I guess. Oh, you have been drinking a Mike's Harder Mango beer. I have never heard of that brand. Also, about a mango beer. That's kind of wild, I would say. I'm pretty sure there is somebody in here that loves mango. Was it you, Ultras? I think you were the one saying that you loved mangoes, right? So they close in January. You just have never seen them cover all the windows up with paper, though. You were feeling upset, Bellius. I don't know what happened, but don't feel like that. Just give it another day. Enjoy that beer, enjoy that drink, or try to get some good snack or food. Yeah, it's better for you to like get distracted somehow and don't worry about it, man, because there is nothing like a new day or like a good night of sleep as well. I can also say that I had a somewhat crazy week, but I don't know if I would say that I felt stressed out. Maybe I did, and I'm just realizing that right now. But after I slept and then I woke up today, I felt much better, man. So don't worry too much about the situation you're going through. That just give it another day. Things will always get better, right? Let me check Emily's picture on Discord before I forget that. Oh my god, Emily, they look so crunchy. And I think I got it right. They are chocolate cookies with those chocolate chips. Emily, I gotta say, every picture you post on Discord about the bakeries or the things you bake, they are freaking delicious. I need to get your recipes, get advices because I'm horrible in pastry or doing desserts. But yes, I always get amazed by your pictures and how you make it sound easy actually. Because I'm like, what the heck? I can't get to that great look of my dessert. But at the very least, I'm proud of my spaghetti and pizza. So it's like I always say as well, you can't be good of or you can't be great on everything, but at least I'm good on some things. And that's more than enough. That's more than what I can ask. But Emily, great job because they look fantastic. Grape juice, that's a throwback to Ultras. It's a throwback to me because thanks to the pandemic, I haven't been going to the physical grocery store or supermarket. And then that's where I buy the grape juice, right? But then my mother somehow figured that the brand has been taking online orders, and then it doesn't matter where in Brazil you are, they can send the bottles to you. And then she also saw or noticed that they had a very good price for it. So she sent me as a gift those grape juice bottles. And we may actually be buying it like that from now on because the prices were not bad at all. They were even better than in some supermarkets in here. So why not just order it online? The popular grape juice where you come is from Welch's. I think we had this talk last weekend, and you showed me their products, right? I remember they had jellies, grape jellies. They had um, Jello as well, if I'm not mistaken. They had some other products made of grape as well. So the company that Bellius works for, they got rid of they got rid of the Brazilian blueberry drink. Oh no. I remember you mentioning or talking to me about that. The blueberry drink and acai, right? Yes, I remember when I was saying like, have you guys ever had acai? And then Delia showed me that. Correct me if I'm mistaken, but wasn't it like a protein drink? It was like a, those drinks that have a lot of vitamins and nutrients and stuff. I think it was one of those energy drinks, right? I think it's called a protein drink, maybe. Or was it just like a juice or a mix of juices? Like acai, pomegranate juice, or water? But I remember you were talking about an energy drink or like something more heavy on nutrients. It's still pasteurized and processed even though it's 100%. You mean the Welch's? Oh yeah, that's the one, right? I mean, maybe it is, but at the very least, its only content is grape juice, right? But maybe it goes through some process before it gets there. I really don't know. At least the one in here, it feels that it's only grape juice. It also says it's 100% grape juice. The pomegranate acai drink was amazing. I can't imagine how it tastes like because I haven't had pomegranates that much in my life. I can't even remember the taste of that. It's such an uncommon fruit. But acai, I know for sure acai is amazing. I miss acai. I have a friend that she has been ordering acai and then she makes me so jealous of that or envy of that. But at least this last week I was able to relive or remember the taste of one of my favorite snacks ever. And I even posted a picture of that on Discord and I sent it to Joe Dancing too. Kippis. I freaking love kippis. Emily is with me on this because she also knows what I'm talking about and she loves kippis. I finally ordered kippis from this one place that had good prices and good quality too. They thank goodness were not soggy. I loved it. I was eating so many kippis this week. But acai, I gotta go back to acai. So they were unique because they use a crumble on the top for the crust. Do you mean the... Oh yeah, you mean the donuts, right? And then some are custard and fruit pies. That's another thing I need to try more. I haven't eaten many pies. Like, for example, everybody talks about pumpkin pie. I don't know how that tastes like. I'm not a big fan of pumpkin, but I would give it a shot. Yeah. And that was Ultras. I remember somebody saying that they were like crazy for mangoes. It's Ultras then. Chocolate cookies, it sounds fantastic, right, Joe Dancing? This is my best friend's mother recipe. I made a rice noodle dish. Let me check that out. Okay, this looks actually very great. What is that? That's chicken, right? It looks like chicken and bacon, and then broccoli. I had spaghetti today. Probably I'll be feeling hungry soon, but that's what I felt like eating the most. So it was a mix of juices. Yes, I remember that drink, but I'm sorry, Bellius, that they got rid of it in the store, right? Have you tried looking for it online? Maybe you can find a place that could deliver it to you. And maybe it can be just like the grape juice I have been ordering, right? Or my mother ordered it to me at least. That they actually have a better price if you get them from the website. So I do hope you can find it. And speaking about things that you gotta find, Joe Dancing, congrats on joining the Guava Paste Club, right? Because Joe Dancing has finally found some guava paste in the place where she lives, and she bought it. She tried some dishes with it, especially the Romeo and Juliet combo, which is cheese and guava paste. And she told me that she was freaking amazed by it. Like, it turned into one of her new favorite snacks ever. So I'm so happy for you, Jodancy. Now you understand what I mean by, like, I love guava paste. I was actually eating that yesterday with some saltines. Maybe I will do that today again, because it's my easy to go, lazy dessert. You know, if I need to eat something sweet that won't give me a lot of work or trouble, I go for that. So I'm happy to hear you found it, you loved it, and you also made your family addicted to it. And everybody here should go after guava paste to at least to give it a try, because it is very different, it's very exotic, and it may smell bad, but it does taste good, especially if you combine it with something savory. Most likely cheese, but it can also be some bread, or it can also be it's cheese, bread, and saltines, right? Yeah, those are the three most common things for you to eat with that. Oh my god, German, how are you, man? And speaking of guava paste, there we go. That's the first person actually that I could convince to buy the guava paste and try it. How are you, German? It's been a while. I hope you have been great, man. It's so delicious. It's great, right, Joe Dancing? I'm so happy for you. And you also said it was cheap, which is fantastic, because then now you can buy it and then it can become part of your life too. And it's no worries, right, about it being expensive. I used to think it would be expensive because, as I imagine, it's like an imported product. But if you found it for a good price, there you go, jump on it. I actually bought more guava paste this week too, because I finally ordered from the physical supermarket that has some very specific products that I haven't been there since like April or March, but probably April. And then finally, the last time I went there, that I kind of stocked up my products from it. Finally, they are like over. I ate them all, so I had to order from that place again. But now it was the first time I ordered it online, and then I got my guava paste that I can only find in there, or at least the other supermarkets that I order groceries by using an app, they don't have it. So I got my guava paste, I got my cereals. I have like 5 big packs of cereals right now that will last probably another year. And I also bought some other things too, right? I bought some more milk because it was on a good price. But the best thing I bought was, oh yes, let's not forget that I finally bought my disgusting sounding but delicious tasting cow's feet protein jelly. Remember that? How I also mentioned that I like to eat the cow's feet protein jelly? I bought that too because it's the only place where I can find it, at least so far, because the other places I order online they don't have it. But anyway, food talk aside, or ending the food talk a little bit, let's go for the game, right? I gotta see what is Goodnight Park going to be like. So let me open it. So this is a castle with a pair of roller coasters that needs developing into a large theme park. So my mission is to have at least 1,200 guests in my park at the end of October year 3 with a park rating of at least 600. Okay, that doesn't sound too bad in my opinion. Also, Electro, hey, I don't know if I said hi to you. How are you, man? It's coaster time. Yes, right. Finally, after more than a year, maybe even 2 years, we are back to this game. But I'm scared. But at least from this first impression, it seems that I'll be okay. But I'm scared because it's been forever and the levels of this expansion pack are hard. But at least this could be worse. It could be one of those build 10 roller coasters with excitement rating of, I don't know, 7 or 6. This sounds doable, so let's go for it. So it's easy. Pumpkin pie tastes like cinnamon, nutmeg, and sweetened condensed milk. Okay, so I can now sign in there that I will like pumpkin pie. If that's how it tastes like, I'm down. I do like those things, especially cinnamon. I love cinnamon desserts. Cinnamon and pineapple, cinnamon banana, cinnamon apple. I'm down. And then pumpkin pie doesn't have much of a pumpkin flavor. That even makes it better. Because, yes, I'm not a big fan of pumpkin or other things that can taste very earthy as well. For example, beets. Are you guys a fan of beets? The only way I can eat beets, but actually not really eating, it's actually drinking. Have you guys ever mixed beets with other juices? That's the only way I can somehow consume beets. It's when I have like lime beets juice or pineapple beets juice, something mixed like that. But if it is only the beets, I hate it. It tastes so much like earth. I'm not a fan. Romeo and Juliet, my entire family loved it. There we go, Joe Dancing. You gotta get more and stock them up. It feels good to stock up on food. Yes, Electro, and like I just said, it's been like forever since I went to the physical supermarket that have more specific groceries. So the last time I went there only to buy those specific groceries, and thank goodness they lasted forever, especially my cereals. I bought like 4 packs of cereals that lasted like a whole year. And then this time I researched if I could make my orders online from that place. I could, I made it, and it was all good. It was a bit expensive because I did stock up on my things. Like I bought a lot of things. I bought like, oh yes, I also bought olive oil. Yes, I decided to stock up on olive oil because it's normally expensive on other places. So I decided to order 3 bottles of olive oil from this supermarket. But it was necessary, and then probably it's going to take me maybe a year or something close to a year for me to order from that place again. No Electro, I did not finish Digimon. I'll be back to Digimon tomorrow. What I'm deciding to do is that I'll be playing RollerCoaster Tycoon on Saturdays and Digimon on Sundays. And I will also see if I can keep on going with a uh, split streams, like we play different games on both days. Let's see how that goes at least for a while, right? Instead of playing the same game for the whole week. Maybe at some point I will go back to that, but for some time let's split it up, right? Even if I don't know if I finish Digimon World or if I finish RollerCoaster Tycoon, let's keep different games on both days. Let's see how that goes for some time. Yeah, I'm happy that it took me forever to run out of cereal at least. I'm eating an odd but delicious mix of plain yogurt, maple syrup, and strawberries. That doesn't sound odd to me. That sounds very good. It tastes like fall, the pumpkin pie. Joe Dancing likes beets. Nah, I'm not a fan. It is enjoyable. Ultras likes beets as well. You like a good beet. I would prefer a good beet. Beet juice, pickled beets. I have never had pickled beets. Roasted beets. Not sure about that one, but I don't think I would like it. Raw beets? No, I don't like raw beets. But beet juice mixed with something, yeah, I could go for that. Canned beets with goat cheese. That sounds kinda exotic as well, but maybe it works because there is, even though I was saying that beets are very earthy tasting, there is a sweetness to it too, right? So maybe it works with cheese. I'm gonna get guava paste. Let's go, Ultras. When you go to the Chinese store next, yes, do it, man. And buy like 2 packs at least, because the first one, uh, it's your experimental one, and then the second one, you will be like, thank goodness I have a second one. Because Joe Dancing ate all of the guava paste she bought, and then her family was out of it. And then now they need to buy more. I looked for it at your store, but you didn't find it. A brick of guava paste was like $2.50. Yeah, that sounds very cheap in my opinion. At a Publix grocery store. Oh my god, let's try this, guys. I don't know if I still remember the things in here, but hopefully I will quickly remember everything. The Good Night Park. Electro, I remember you told me that you have finished playing this game. Do you remember this level? Was it hard to you or something? Should I be scared? So we have the information kiosk right there. You know what this level reminds me of, actually? This reminds me of the first level of RollerCoaster Tycoon 2. And that's not a good comparison, or like it's not a very happy comparison, because that level in RollerCoaster Tycoon 2 is freaking hard. I could never beat that level in my life. Or any level in RollerCoaster Tycoon 2, actually. Which is my dream. I hope on beating one objective of RollerCoaster Tycoon 2. Wait, of RollerCoaster Tycoon 2 someday. I will try raising the price for the map a little bit, and the umbrella is going to be sold for $4. Let's change the colors in here. Give me an orange umbrella. This park had difficult terrain, but it's big. Oh, is it? Let me check the frontiers. Wait. I can use all of this? Really? Even the ocean is mine, huh? Yeah, but the terrain is very bad, like you said. Plus the castle, right? We have one handyman. I don't need him to be mowing the grass. My low one is of 10,000. What are my attractions? But before doing that, let's go for the research. I don't need scenery and theming. And I will keep the normal funding, but let me see what I have. We have some transport rides that I may not be using, I guess. We have the gentle rides, merry-go-round is in here. We don't have many though. The coasters are the wooden reverser roller coaster, the wooden roller coaster, the wooden twister. We have the steel mini and the stand-up steel roller coaster. Okay, we don't have the steel roller coaster, which is the best one. But we can work with some options in here, right? This is not too bad. We only have the swinging ship. I would rather have more thrill rides. And then we have the river ride and the raft ride. This is a very good ride, but it's very expensive, so we should go for the raft ride first. We have drink stalls and chicken stalls, or like a food stall. Yeah, we are good on the stalls. So I think I would first ask for the game to give me thrill rides. Yeah, I will keep roller coasters and thrill rides, but after some time I will select or choose the gentle rides again. I recommend me removing paths that I don't need at the start. Yeah, because man, if you are recommending me that, it's the same from freaking RollerCoaster Tycoon 2, right? I don't know how is that level called in there, but it's the same idea. It's because it has so many confusing paths everywhere that you don't need, and then everybody gets lost, right? And I have coasters in here. Let me check the coasters. Are they dangerous? They are probably dangerous, right? They have 9 cars for the reverser roller coaster. The inspections are in every 10 minutes? No. I mean, 30 minutes? No, I want them on every 10 minutes. And then we are charging it for $3. Do I have mechanics in here? I have a single mechanic. Let's have 2. As we have coasters, we also need to have more handymen, right? People will be vomiting everywhere. There is 3 grocery stores that you go to. There is a basic one like 9 out of 10 times, a fancier one, and a Chinese one for the rest of the time. But you have only seen the guava paste at the Chinese one. Maybe it's because they have the imported goods, right? Don't worry, German, it's alright, man. Rollercoaster Hun, make sure it's safe. Yeah, but I'm now thinking if I remember seeing this one model crashing before or not. Because maybe this is a safe roller coaster model, you know. I'm kind of feeling okay about it because I don't remember seeing the reverser roller coaster crashing. Do they crash, Electro? Do you know? Or have you seen it crashing? I really don't remember seeing this one crashing before. So I would kinda wanna hope it's going to be safe. Welcome back, Emily. Emily, have you been eating a lot of guava paste? Because Joe Dancing has recently tried it. You all heard about that kid on the water slide who got his head sliced off. I haven't heard of that, but the water slide on this game is one of the most dangerous rides for sure. It's very deadly. But I haven't heard of that. So there are two brands, Cochita for $3.99 and La Fée for $2.99. Can you give an opinion, Emily? You are going to go locate snacks and I'll be back. Okay, Joe Dancing, I do have things to talk to you though. Oh, those were awful news from a few years ago. What I heard was this one, I don't want to say friend, but colleague maybe, that used to study with me. He was telling me this one crazy story once that, do you know those 90 degrees slides that you have in water parks? Somehow, when he was going to that, he had the amazing idea of like getting some impulse. He was like pushing his body forward, and then I was imagining the situation like why would you get speed or like why would you get some more acceleration if that's like already going to give you that thanks to gravity. He decided to do that, and then what happened was that his body kind of went to the front of the ride, so his body was kind of like leaving the ride basically. And then, according to his story, people were screaming, go back! And then somehow he managed to go back. But when he got to the bottom of the ride, he was like passed out. He passed out. But I was imagining the situation like, would you really get some speed up in the on the top of it? Like, why? You know, it's such a bad idea. But thank goodness he survived. But like, what the heck? And by the way, I'm freaking scared of those things. I would never go into one in my real life. I may love Roller Coaster Tycoon, but I don't go to very exciting rides. I'm freaking scared. So you forgot if the reverser coaster comes off track. It might. Should we risk it though? I kind of want to risk it because I don't remember it crashing. You know what I'll be doing then? I will be decreasing the amount of cars. Because 9 cars is too much. Let's go with 4 cars. But I do not remember seeing this crashing. It's not one of those roller coasters that, you know, my brain sends an alert. Like, be careful, this is bad. Well, now we have 4 cars, hopefully it's going to be safer. So you just check the other grocery store website that has no guava paste. Some breaks at the end might help. Oh yeah, I forgot that I can customize my coasters, right? Can I add some on-ride photo sections in here? But actually I think I'll need to close everything again. Also, hey Subaru, how are you, man? Remove see-through rides. No, actually, see-through scenery. Where is the end of this? It's in here, right? Yes. So it's right there. Do you have a suggestion, Electro, for the speed break? Or for the break speed, right? Is it maximum or something? Because this is the first time that I'm doing such a thing. Actually, the max break, right? Because then once it's getting to the station, it will be very slow, so it's not going to hit the other car. Good advice, man. That's a very good advice. Yeah, this makes a lot of sense. Okay, so now it may be safe. Can I add on-ride photo sections? I couldn't, right? And make sure the minimum vertical G's is more than minus 0.8. Oh, we need to see the results. How many people have died already? Nobody. Nobody. We are just starting this. And I'm still trying to get used to everything again. Oh, we have knights in here. Look at that. We don't have the panda army today. Oh my god, it's raining already? Okay, let me check the paths in here. Yeah, we have people walking everywhere. Okay, so I will use the signs so people don't go to the Great Wall of China looking part of this park. But I know that my staff can go there, but then after it gets more empty, I remove the staff from it. Oh, this is the entrance? Okay, so I can't leave that one right there. But why are they going on that direction? Maybe they do need to come here for the coaster, right? This is such a convoluted park, I can't see things in here. I'm doing alright, Subaru. The brake speed is the maximum speed that the coaster will leave. So you want it low. Wait, you want it low? It's not high? Really? Okay, so it's the opposite. It's like 4 miles per hour? You see how rusty I am on this game now? Walmart has the guava paste, there we go. Oh, by the way, I learned this week that we used to have Wendy's in Brazil, or at least in São Paulo. There were like two stores or two shops that were open, but then for some reason, probably competition, and also maybe because of Brazilians' taste for burgers, they closed down, right? They shut down, which makes me sad because I always wanted to try Wendy's. And I always also thought that they never have tried coming to Brazil, but no, they went to São Paulo, they tried it in there for some time, and then they realized it was not really doing it, and they gave up. We have the umbrella shop in here, yeah. But I'm still trying to find myself on this park because I'm trying to understand what are the paths in here. And if they are really that bad, because maybe the paths are not too bad, maybe it's just a matter of making better connections, but I can keep the paths like how they are right now. Also, hey Novo, how are you, man? I will add one security guard and another entertainer. I also need to check how's the admission price, right? Oh, it's for free, so it means that I can only get money from the rides. Which means I'm raising it up, because otherwise we make no profit. I'm doing alright too, Nubble. Welcome back, Joe Dancing, with some leftover Chinese food, huh? By the way, Joe Dancing, I checked the beat. I almost said Beach Fossils. No, Beach Fossils is a band that I like. I don't know if you know Beach Fossils though, but the Beach Boys, right? I checked that album you told me to check, Pet Sounds, and you were right. It was a much better experience. I can't say that I loved it that much, but I definitely had a good time listening to it. I was not feeling annoyed by it thanks to the way every song sounded, like I felt when I was trying the recommended music from the Beach Boys. No, it felt much better. Even though most of those songs were ballads, I do like ballads. So it was a much better experience than like every song being super happy and cheerful and sounding like the same-ish. No, the ballads were great, yeah. And there was even one of the songs, although I can't remember the name, that surprised me a lot because they had a theremin. And I love when musicians add crazy instruments to their songs, right? Especially the theremin. Although I can't remember the name of that song. But yes, I enjoyed the Beach Boys much more thanks to that album and listening to the songs on that order. But I also can't say that I loved it like crazy, but it was much better, yeah. If the park entrance is free, the coaster price can be equal to its excitement. Is that for real? That's so crazy though. Really, I can put the price of the coaster to $7, almost 8. I will leave it on 5. 5 sounds like a fair price, maybe. The Beach Boys get dark. Do you mean because of the ballads? Are they really sad songs? Let me see if they are still getting very lost. Also, let's give them real names. There are 6 people lost. Do they have the maps? Yeah, everybody has the maps, right? Isn't it because of this part right here? What the hell? Look at this. This is an empty path. Like, why do I have that in there? Okay, Citro Ride, Citrus Scenery, invisible supports, remove baseland, and remove vertical faces. What is going on in here? I don't understand this path right here. It goes underground, and then I guess it connects right here. Actually, give me the vertical faces again. Because it is a black path, it's hard to see. Yeah, it is so hard to see it. But I just think that I need to make better connections, not necessarily close the paths, because it is a somewhat short park. But then how can I connect this? Also, what the heck is this? Okay, this right here makes no sense. What is this path? Yeah, you see, I mean, although I could do something in here now, okay, I will not get rid of it because I can do something in here. Remember when I was mentioning that I could use one of the water rides? Maybe this is the time for that. It is closer to 1.5 times for some coasters. Different albums have different tones. Yeah, that one had a somewhat. I don't know. I didn't feel the dark you were saying, but I can understand it. Maybe now that you're mentioning it, I felt that it was just a ballad. Like I was not paying attention to the lyrics, of course, but I don't know. It felt like having a romantic relationship or something. That's the vibes I got from it. So, would you say that the other albums are more happy? You added a plugin that automatically sets ride prices for you? That's interesting that they already have such a thing, right? Like a bot? But yeah, this is such a confusing park. Where are the exits of the coasters again? Right here, right? Let's add some chairs so people can sit, rest, and not vomit. But the other exit is underground, isn't it? Is it there? Um, I'm not sure, I can't say. I mean, I will try it right there. I'm not sure if that's the place, but I will try it. Well, but I'm trying to build on the Paps game. There we go, right? And then this is a this is like a infinite loop of paths, but I will leave it like that. I won't change it. Man, it's been a whole month on the game just to understand how is it working. But sure, let me do what I was doing earlier, and then I will go back to the entrance and create a food plaza in there. Surf's Up is one of your favorites. You're not talking about pet sounds so much, but you just weren't made for those times. On that album would match that tone, in your opinion. Wait, I'm not sure if I follow what you said. Do you mean the other albums? And that's why you would prefer pet sounds? Like you were not made for, I don't know, the very cheerful songs? I'm not sure. You're having chocolate covered strawberries? Oh, that's a song? I just wasn't made for these times. Let me see which one was the song that I added to my playlist. There was one that I really liked. Oh yeah, the one that I really liked was called That's Not Me. Chocolate fondue is in general sounds good. Do you guys eat that very commonly? Because it's not too common in my opinion in here. That's a lovely song too. Yeah, I was very happy to see that they had a very good amount of ballads. Even though most of that album were ballads, I didn't feel that it was very repetitive, like I felt with the more uplifting songs, you know. Can I leave this ride? Yes, I can leave it without a track, right? Let's try $2. I know for sure we'll need to drop the price later, but just for a little bit. Okay, now we have something on the end of the park. Oh, wait, I need to complete this? No, wait. I do need to complete this, huh? Because it's only the continuous circuit mode. Okay, fine game. I will make a pattern here or a way, right? A way for them to go. It may not be the best, but sure. If you insist. This is too simple, but it does it, right? I also don't want to have something super huge. This is reminding me of Lakitu's glasses. Lakitus from or Lakitu from Mario, right? This is just like Lakito's face. If only I could add some details and then I would have I kind of want to do that just for fun. Can I have like a Oh, it's going to be hard to get the right square though, but this is just like his glasses, you know? Is this the right one? It's not. No, that's wrong as well. Oh my god, this game doesn't have a undo button. Okay, I can fix it like this, right? There we go. Is it this one? Okay, maybe? No, it's the next one, right? Maybe that one? No? Oh, Jesus. Oh my god, wait. So fondue isn't that common there, though chocolate seems to be more popular than cheese. I know there is an answer a lot too. It looks like ski goggles, yeah, right? Like the Lakitos one. Have you guys ever skied or snowboarded or something? Because I always think it's it's such a dangerous activity. Only when you were very little? You grew up skiing since your mother was on the ski patrol? Really? That's kinda awesome, but is it as dangerous as I think? I remember that some weeks ago I was surprised to learn or to know that people from São Paulo usually feel scared of Rio. Oh my god, yes, I'm spending so much time in here that I forgot to build the food plaza, right? Okay, let's do it. So maybe this fear I have from winter games or like winter sports, it's just on my head. Maybe it's not as dangerous as I think. Maybe skiing is fine. Some accidents happen, but not more than I don't know surfing or skating. I have been questioning my impressions. Maybe the impression I have it's not as bad as I believe. Wait, your dad broke his collarbone skiing? Okay, never mind. My impression is correct. It is freaking dangerous. Well, now that I decided that I would keep people walking around the whole place, I will remove those signs right there. Also, by the way, Joe Dancing, this week I had one of the most accurate tarot readings in my life. You have no idea. I even watched that video like 3 times because it was speaking to me. And it was such a crazy combo of like the tower. Of course, it gotta have the tower, right? The tower is always there for us. The tower. No, I'm saying that I had one of the most accurate tarot readings ever in my life. And then I had to watch it like 3 times because of how much it was speaking to me. Also because I really liked the tarot reading, right? It was so damn mind-blowing accurate. Yes, I got the tower on that reading, the devil, and the high priestess. That combination was like mind-blowing to me and to what I was going through in my life. But also because of the knight of spades and the king of diamonds, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, those were the 5 cards on that reading that were like speaking to me a lot. Uh, and of course, in the way they were communicating to themselves. It was such a good reading, Joe Dancing. I wish you knew Portuguese because it was so great. Which was also funny because normally I pay more attention to another tarot reader, but on this one, this woman really nailed it. It was like a fantastic reading. A lot of advices and messages that were so on point. It is exciting and freaky. It was freaky. But in the end, everything was okay. You could just Google Translate it, maybe? Yeah, maybe YouTube has the option to like add subtitles in English. I'm not sure about that for that video though, but maybe. But it was a very good reading. And then I also learned more about some of the cards. I learned that the devil is about vices, the high priestess is about mysteries, or it's something like abstract, and the tower, of course, is about ruin, right? So it was such a crazy reading, but it made a lot of sense to me. So it is only dangerous if you're careless. You gotta know your abilities and don't push yourself on slopes that are out of your comfort zone. Each slope should be labeled with a colored shape, the circle or the green circle being the easiest, the blue square the medium, and the black diamond the hard. And the double black diamond, like, don't freaking come close to this. But then I wonder, like, do people really get fast when they are skiing? I don't know. I kind of have on my mind this picture of like people only go fast on skiing when they are competing on sports or something, sports competition or skiing competitions. When people are casually skiing, I think they are just like in a flat snow surface, just going from one side to the other, from left to right. That doesn't sound dangerous in my opinion, but people really go like downhill and stuff, like casual skiers. Then it totally gets more dangerous, right? Let's have yellow balloons. Okay, so this is our first food plaza. It's not looking good, but the terrain doesn't help either. Maybe I should start building some more rides, right? Do I have a bathroom? Maybe I don't have a bathroom in here. I really hope the coasters doesn't or they don't crash, right? Yeah, with the brakes that Electro told us to add, they may be alright. So let's see. Let's go for the swinging ship. Oh, that's a very good ride. Joe Dancing, are you asking for it? You want the blood sled? Speaking of dangerous winter games, you see, I can't even say it correctly. The bobsled, right? The bobsled sounds a lot like a winter sport to me as well, right? But now it's forever renamed to the bloodshed. I actually don't have it, Joe Dancing. I don't have it though. Yeah, it's not in here. It will return someday though. You can go fast on the slopes. You have raced down slopes that you were most comfortable with. You even like going over moguls that are the bumps they put on some slopes. Man, that sounds so crazy. Was it your mother that taught you how to ski? I'm pretty sure I mentioned this once, but the sport that I always wanted to try, although it's a somewhat fancy and expensive sport, is tennis. I have always wanted to try playing tennis once, or at least once. Everybody says that tennis is very hard, and I can understand because it's such a fast-paced sport. But I always wanted to try it at least once. At least I played table tennis, so maybe that counts. So actually no, she was too busy with the ski patrol to teach you. Oh, your father was the one? Do you guys have anything that could be somewhat dangerous but you would love to try it? Like bungee jumping or skydiving or something? If you have poor depth perception, then tennis will be hard. Yes, I think I would struggle because of like seeing the ball, right? The tennis ball. Maybe I would struggle to see where it's going, where should I go, as it's such a fast ball. But then people also deal with fastballs in baseball. But then baseball is not a common thing in my life. Let's find a place for the war belly. Ideally, the best place for it would be on the top of the mountain, but where is the top of this mountain? Actually, that's a good place right there, right? Maybe on the center? But the coaster is on the way, right? Yeah. The depth perception only really hinders you when the balls gets lobbed up high. Yeah, it's either a fast ball or a slow ball that goes too high, right? And then it can mess up with your decisions of like where should I be to hit the ball. But you know what, Nubble, it's funny that you are saying that. But of course I don't watch too many tennis games. But it's funny that I do not remember seeing many lobs um, in the matches, or at least the ones that they hit the ball super high. That's something that I get memories from Mario Tennis when I'm playing Mario Tennis, but not really real tennis matches. When I think about a tennis match, it's more about the speed and knocking it back and forth, back and forth. I should pay more attention to those other strategies they can have in the tennis games. Did I try it in here? It's because of the walls, right? I mean, maybe it's not. No, it's because of the coaster. What about there? Man, this is a very painful level for sure. Are people getting to the rafts? Oh, they are. There we go. Wait, let's put it there. Can it be above the bathroom? You know what? I kinda want it above the bathroom now. There we go! This looks awesome! It's like, find the bathroom. It's so well camouflaged. And this is also fitting because after you fall from this free fall tower, if you feel sick, the bathroom is very close by. If only that was a mechanic on this game, but on the sequel it is. You have the first aid places. Oh wait, maybe this should be the opposite, right? Like this. And then maybe I can connect the exit to a path, hopefully, please. No? I mean, I can make a detour here, right? Wait. Get that person. You know that saying, right? If you can't win, join them. So if this is a level about crazy paths, now you see crazy paths. But this is actually going to be very crazy, so maybe I should step back. Maybe it's not the best decision. Wait, try it from there. What if I change the balloon stall? Yes, I will place it elsewhere. And then can I make a connection here again? Okay, there we go, finally. But then I need to find a new place for the balloon stall. That's okay, I guess. Maybe there? No? Okay, maybe up here. Next to the information kiosk. Oh. Make it lower. There we go. Now open the tower. And I hope it's going to help us out. You put your wool belly near the front where there are the most guests. Near the entrance, you mean? They're good money makers. I do like the thrill rides a lot for that. Oh, you have to go now, Jodancino, right? You try to stop by later. That's fine, we can talk again. Good luck, thank you so much. Maybe now, on this first year, I will be struggling, but I'm getting used to this again, little by little. And then maybe on year 2, I will start using the advertisements. Let's go for the merry-go-round. We have this area right here. Although, maybe I should put some other things like... By the way, why do I have... I should have something in here too, right? Can I place the merry-go-round in here? I think I can. It's kinda... out there, but sure, it works. So you guys remember what happened in the past weeks regarding GameStop? This week, I heard that some people that could get a lot of profit from the the GameStop stocks, there we go. From the GameStop stocks, they actually bought a bunch of Nintendo Switch or a bunch of Nintendo Switches and they donated them to some charity. And I thought it was so freaking awesome that they did that. And speaking of the Switch has surpassed the Nintendo 3DS on sales. So way to go, Switch. Oh man, the freaking organ of the merry-go-round is back. How long it's been. Yeah, this is this song is this game in a nutshell. Maybe this is expensive though. Let me check the thoughts. People need to go to the bathroom. They are thinking the Raft Ride is at a good value, really. Also the tower? Okay, I can raise it. Maybe $4? Yeah, right, Electro, this song is... Oh, I just noticed they had cannons in here. This song is the perfect throwback to this game. Sabri is saying that from what he heard today, the GameStop situation will become a book or a movie. I can see it becoming a book for sure. Everything kinda becomes one, right? But a movie, that sounds ambitious. I don't know if I think it's going to work well or not. But sure, give it a try because it's a very weird situation for sure. Like it's a very unexpected situation that happened to everybody or in the world. But I think the movie idea is very ambitious, like or risky. I can't say if many people would be interested to watch a movie about it. Maybe a documentary. Yeah, if it is a documentary, then sure. Yes, a documentary would work perfect for it. But then if it is, I don't know, you know, it's a regular movie based on a real story, then I don't think it's going to be that great. But a documentary, yes. I actually really love documentaries. We received an award? The best value or park value in the country. Really? The country needs better parks then, because I don't think I have done much in here. You know what? I'm going to throw some advertisements. Let's go for free fried chicken. If only they were free nuggets, I would prefer eating chicken nuggets than fried chicken, but sure. Oh, you do think it's going to be a documentary? Then it's going to be great. Yes. A documentary fits for this story. I don't know who is going to produce or to make it, but I kind of wish that was a Netflix documentary. Because even though Netflix movies sometimes, or maybe at the most times, they are not that great in my opinion, I always feel like they are lacking on something. Netflix movies in general, but I love Netflix documentaries. I think that it's what they do the best, right? Maybe some series as well, like Dark, but I do love Netflix documentaries. So now I don't think I have anything else to do in here, unless I go for a coaster. And also this level rains a lot, or it gets a lot of rains. If I'm building a new coaster that's not a steel coaster, my only way to place it is if I go to this area, right? Or close to the raft, like here. Yeah, I gotta use this back part of the park for the coaster. Although the wooden coasters are normally expensive, is there a somewhat good price? Oh, wait a minute, maybe I could go for the wooden crazy. Those are not expensive and they have a lot of excitement. Yeah, let's go for the crazy though. Oh, but there is a problem. They are very picky regarding its supports. Yeah, if the terrain is irregular, it's not going to do it. Because all of those coasters, they kind of get to their limits of supports. Oh wait, but I can actually do this one? Okay, let's go for this one. Hopefully it's a safe coaster. Can't say that I remember seeing this one crashing. I will actually do something that can be bad, but I will do it anyway because my objective on this level is to get people in here, right? So I will build a very long queue. This can backfire because in case this coaster doesn't go very fast on like getting people on it, especially if it breaks down or something, people will get angry and mad, but I will give it a shot. Because I do think it's going to be a fast-paced coaster. With its... how many cars? 6 cars? But it has 2 trains, okay. But shouldn't I change that though? I think it's going to be safer if I go for the mouse cars. Actually, 11. Yeah, there we go. Let me check my research. I don't want a roller coaster right now. Give me more thrill and gentle rides. Because now we have 3 coasters. Maybe that's okay for this beginning. I need more tiny rides because they will be easier for me to be fitting on this park. Also because I'm getting low on money, so I won't have a lot of money to buy more coasters. Unless we can get lucky and then we can get the steel coaster. Maybe now I should think about a second food plaza. Or maybe a third because one should be here for sure. It's so far away from the entrance. But there should be one in the middle too, right? Yes, I think I found my spot. So I was talking about how successful the Switch has been. The game that is still the best sold game for the Switch is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I still think it's kind of shocking that's the one, but I'm pretty sure Animal Crossing New Horizons will get the number one spot in there. It's getting to that position, and I don't think Mario Kart 8 will be the number one forever, you know. But it kind of surprises me. Maybe it's because the more Mario Kart games are released, the more or the less fan of them I get because I feel that I play them bad. It's not that I don't like the games, but I feel like I can't play the recent Mario Kart games very well, and then it makes me frustrated. But yeah, it's still the freaking most sold game on the Switch, which is surprising. But I don't think it's going to be on that position forever. You are just waiting for Breath of the Wild 2. This week I also heard that Netflix had real plans on making a Zelda series and also a Star Fox series, but then they got those plans cancelled after people leaked that information, which is sad and also, in my opinion, didn't make too much sense. Like, okay, people leaked the information, but continue with the project. But yeah, Nintendo had real plans on doing both series. And you are also waiting for Prime 4. Yeah, we gotta still see what retro games will do with Prime 4, right? I do think they will give us at least some news about Metroid Prime 4 this year. Speaking of Zelda Ultras, I wish Victor was here because this is something that I wish I could tell him as well. Because like we have been talking a lot about metal bands and stuff like last week and it was crazy. But there is something about Zelda and metal that I learned about this week. And it's the following. Oh, by the way, that's actually a good coaster. Yeah, it's a small, not expensive coaster. We can try finding a place for it. It's the following. There is a Breath of the Wild manga, and it seems that there is an unused, right? There is an unused art from it that shows Ganondorf wearing a Metallica shirt. I'm pretty sure if you Google Ganondorf Metallica, you may be able to find that picture. But yes, I learned that there is an official, or unused actually, an unused art of Ganondorf wearing a freaking Metallica shirt for the Breath of the Wild manga. It's something around those lines, and I saw that picture. I was like, "Are you freaking kidding me?" And why Metallica? Like, why not? I don't know, Iron Maiden. But yeah, it seems that Ganondorf is a Metallica fan. The more you know. So the Netflix adaptation of Zelda and Star Fox scares you? Oh yeah, that's true, right? It's Netflix we are talking about. After what they did to Death Note, and maybe what they will be doing to Yu Yu Hakusho, hopefully it won't be too bad. But you know what, Nubble? Do you think Nintendo would allow them to do a bad job? I don't know. Nintendo is kinda, in my opinion, Nintendo kinda tries to play safe. That's why they overreact about stuff so much, in my opinion. Like when people use their copyrights or things, maybe those could be good because Nintendo would try their hardest to control the quality of it. I'm not saying that Nintendo hasn't committed mistakes in the past about the quality control of them, but nowadays I believe they are overprotective regarding the quality of everything Nintendo related. So maybe Netflix wouldn't be allowed to make shit out of their first parties, you know? That is another one. I want you to see the picture. I agree, Nintendo is very protective. You don't think Nintendo would even let them do it? I mean, it was confirmed that they were working to make it true. But then I don't know if they would work with Netflix. I don't know who was responsible on developing the series. But yeah, now it's cancelled. But speaking of series, isn't that Lord of the Rings series coming up this year? I think that was the schedule for it, right? Which is like the series that got the highest budget or something as well. It got like a crazy huge budget for people to work on the Lord of the Rings series. But honestly, I like the idea of a Zelda series. I mean, of course, I would hope for it to be a very good one, but I would love to see it. It doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to be acceptable. I think it would be interesting to see it in a live action. Oh, I don't have the money for that. You know what? I will get 1,000 from the bank because with another coaster we can boost our finances in here, right? How am I doing this? Um, maybe like this? Yeah, this is a bit crazy, but there we go. Inspections in every 10 minutes, maybe $4. Yeah, the same price of the other roller coaster. I need more handyman because more people will be vomiting. I could also consider having another mechanic because now the park is getting bigger and going from the entrance to this area is kind of far away, so give me another mechanic. And I believe that was what I could do for this first year of this park. I wish you had donuts. You changed your shower water filter today. The old one had like chunks and rust bits. Oh man. Hopefully my water filter is still going alright or doing alright. But it's been a while since I last changed it. And you let the shower head sit in a solution to break up the clogging and flow good again, I see. The next shower will be a good one. I took a shower before starting the stream. Yeah, there was that cartoon Zelda. I don't know if you're talking about the game. Because I don't know about a series. I know about the game. But the game looks a lot like a cartoon Zelda, right? And when I was mentioning that Nintendo hasn't been like that forever, that's the example that I thought. The freaking cartoonish looking Zelda that was horrible, made by another company that I forgot. There was also a Donkey Kong Country show. I remember it. It was with CGI, right? Do you think it gets a lot of hate? I don't know. I actually think there are some people that liked it. I watched it a little bit. Yeah, it was a freaking CGI animated Donkey Kong show. I remember it. Now, and speaking of shows and Netflix, now Netflix is working on a Sonic series that's called Sonic Prime. I haven't been a fan of Sonic series. I mean, I watched some cartoons in the past, but I never really felt like I was a big fan. And Ultras, thank you so much for the sub, man. But let's see if Netflix will surprise us with this adaptation of Sonic. But I was surprised for the name, like, why are they picking Sonic Prime if kinda sounds like their competitor, like Amazon Prime Video, you know? That was surprising to me. Just for too much songs and singing? Wait, for what? Everywhere you bring it up, people say more that they don't. Really? I don't know. Maybe it's because I have a friend that he liked it, but maybe what he really likes about that Donkey Kong Country show is more like the memes of it. But yeah, he likes it. Oh, you watched the 90s Sonic show for a bit? Amazon Prime, you have Mega Man, Netflix. Actually, I used to watch the Mega Man old cartoon. They should bring it back, it was good. One thing that I was watching that's like a remake of an old cartoon is the Dragon Quest anime, right? I need to go back to it because I got distracted and busier and thinking on other things this past weeks that I stopped watching it. I need to go back to it. I wish I could also watch the new Pokemon episode, the one of this week, but for some reason I couldn't find it on the app that I used to watch Pokemon. I'll need to see what's happening. I don't know if they will be releasing it or if I don't know if they are stopping to add the Pokemon episodes in there. And then I may need to find another place. Oh, the Donkey Kong Country show had a lot of singing and songs? I do not remember that. What I remember is that they have a lot of um, exaggerated expressions, like facial expressions, just like what they did on Donkey Kong on Smash Brothers. That he has so many crazy faces. Yeah, I remember that happening in the show. It felt like they didn't have enough script or ideas, so they would waste 1 or 2 minutes on singing a couple times on an episode. Yeah, that sounds cringy. Really, Ultros, the Mega Man cartoon was so huge in here. Did you used to watch it, Subaru? Sadly, it never got finished. For some reason, they cancelled it. I used to watch it together with the Street Fighter cartoon. That also never got finished. Yeah, the Street Fighter cartoon was very popular in here. You didn't watch too many, but you watched DBZ, but you never continued to love it. The Mega Man cartoon, do you remember watching that as a kid? I loved it. Mega Man and Street Fighter. Actually, the Street Fighter one is on Netflix Brazil, but I still haven't gotten back to it. Like, you can watch it now and enjoy it, to be honest. I think you should. I did like Dragon Ball, especially the first season. Most people would say that Dragon Ball Z is the best of Dragon Ball, but in my opinion, the best is. Wait, chairlift? Why are you giving me that? It's because it's a gentle ride, but sadly, I don't want to use it. But yeah, Ultros, you should go back to Dragon Ball and then complete it. I need to go back to Dragon Ball as well, and I also want to play a Dragon Ball game at some point on stream. I used it to watch Reboot, Beast Wars. I did not use it to watch G1 Transformers though. Now you're craving the guava paste, right? Be careful, because Joe Dancing and German were the first victims or guinea pigs or test subjects, and you saw the effects of that, right? Especially Joe Dancing, that gave it to her family and everybody got crazy for it. So yeah, be ready to join the club. So Saburi is saying that he used to love watching Mega Man. It was a good cartoon. You have some blueberry applesauce. Would you eat it with some bread or saltines? You watched some clips on YouTube to remember parts of your childhood. It never gave you the urge to watch the series. Also because it is very long. There are many fillers as well. Yeah, it is quite a long show. There are some cartoons that I need to go back, like Monster Rancher. Once I'm done with the things that I am watching right now, like Rema, um, Dragon Quest. Now I started watching Erased, but I'm pretty sure I will finish that very soon because the episodes are 20 minutes long. It's super quick, and it's on Netflix, which helps you to binge it. But soon I will be going back to Monster Rancher. I need to finish watching that. Let me check how is the finances in here. You know what? I'm going to pay the bank for the 1,000 that I got. But yes, we are finally having a growth on our cash in here. You know what? I will also use more advertisements. Let's go for more fried chicken and some free rides. Yeah, free rides on the raft. Why not? Maybe not the most exciting ride ever, but it's still good, right? A very peaceful rowing in the ocean. Sometimes when you look up clips of your old shows, you go wow, and then you wanna watch it now. I see. So it didn't happen to Dragon Ball. Maybe because Dragon Ball is a story that also hasn't finished. Normally, when I wanna go back to something, I would rather go to it when it's complete, you know? But then Dragon Ball is also a show about fights, so maybe it can be a little bit empty about messages or things in there. There are, don't get me wrong, there are some messages in there. It's not only about the fights, but it's mostly about the fights. Maybe would rather feel tempted to watch something more deep, like with deeper meanings than just the fights and the action, you know? I'm trying to get to the chat in here, but for some reason my computer is not allowing me to click on the link. Just in case, let me save the game as I'm trying to get to my chat, but then I don't want to mess up with my progress in here. And for some reason I just instantly got very hungry. That's the spaghetti effect for lunch. Every freaking time I have that for lunch, I feel hungry soon. But you know what? I'll be frying some burgers. I don't have ham, I don't have cheese, but I have some patties that I can fry, and I can also make some eggs. So I'll be having some eggs and patties burgers, right? With ketchup and oregano, and maybe a tomato. I could slice a tomato. There you go, I could get my chat. Oh my god, that looks so good. Man, I wish I had that. I love apple. And I'm pretty sure I would like blueberries as well. At least the blueberry milkshake I had was very delicious. But yeah, today I'll be frying some burgers. So a lot of people are sick, some are hungry. People are complaining about the lines. They are complaining about this one right here, right? Yeah. Also the one, roller coaster one. Really, what's going on in there? It's still active, so I will leave it on that way. But I will change the one in here. Wait, this one down here, right? Okay, that's better. I was saying that I would have a third food plaza, so let's go for that. Blueberries to you taste like the smell of a flower shop? That sounds great. You know something else that I would love to try for the first time? A real raspberry. Because I do love the artificial raspberry flavor. I wonder how's the real raspberry. Maybe I can place it right there? Yeah, here, right? I wanted to place a ride, but a small food plaza works as well for that area. So in the end, the guests are not really complaining about getting lost, which is good, right? They were when we opened the park, but now it seems that everybody's okay, even though there are some extra paths and long paths like this one right here that's pointless. But the guests seem to be fine, so let's keep it like that. You'll find the artificial raspberry flavor tastes like, oh, it tastes really like ripened raspberry, so it's very close. Sometimes you can get really good raspberries that taste like the raspberry candy. But you're not big on candy, but you love Swedish berries. Swedish berries? Is that a brand of candies? Oh yeah, right. You were lurking, Electro, while making hot sauce for the first time? Wait, making hot sauce? I was mentioning to my friends, or I was talking to my friends about chili, that I was like mind blown when I learned about chili, which is pretty much beans and ground beef. It's like a dish of that with some spiciness, of course, and how that was not popular in Brazil because we love to mix up things. Like we have all sorts of crazy pizzas, hot dogs, and stuff. And how could we not mix two of our biggest things in here too, beans and freaking ground beef? And then my friend said, oh yes, I have tried that in a Mexican restaurant, it was fantastic. So I'm super curious to try eating chili for the first time. But then hot sauce, like, are you using the real pepper? How are you making it? Because you got a kit for Christmas, you follow the recipe for mild smoky sauce. A kit for Christmas, but you're using a real pepper? Oh yeah, those candies are so good, Ultras. It's been forever since I had those. Man, you brought back... oh my god, I just remembered a taste and a smell from my childhood that I used to have those candies, but it's been forever, and those were so addicting. Somebody is asking me what is the objective in here. It's a good one. It's just to have 1,200 guests by the end of October year 3. It's pretty much a standard objective, which is good because if this was a hard level, I would be struggling way more. So I just need to work on my advertisements, and then I believe we'll be alright. You have done hot sauce a few different ways, but not recently? Yes, I'm wondering how you do that. Do you really buy the pepper and then you kinda crush it? Or, I don't know, grind it or something? It also sounds a bit dangerous because I hope you don't get burned. You want to do it again, but the age of the peppers with salt first. Or, but age the peppers with salt first. Electro has used dry peppers, but he added some fresh serrano peppers. It's crazy how in here the only thing I can find is like the red, the yellow, or the green bell pepper. I cannot find, I mean, maybe there, oh, never mind, there are the other ones too. There is a very tiny and round pepper, but I don't know how it's called in English. But then the ones you guys are saying, like serrano peppers, I have no idea what is that. Oh yeah, they gave me the rural drop, right? Let's go for this. One you have done a few times is it uses their habanero peppers, but they are sliced in half and roasted and cherried. And then you puree into mango. You see the mango in there again? Into mango nectar. Not only will you have the mango beer that Belios was having, you can also have mango hot sauce with apple cider vinegar and garlic. There was a recipe for mango hot sauce with habanero too. That's such a crazy mix. But you know what? It may work because as mango is such a fresh or refreshing fruit, you can combine the spiciness with refreshness, right? Or with freshness. It sounds like a good plan. Maybe you can even use some other things like herbs, for example, mint or cilantro. I would love a cilantro hot sauce. Or basil as well. I have done chili oil with the red pepper flakes. Yeah, that's what I buy the most, red pepper flakes, but I also have a hot sauce in here. I still didn't buy or haven't bought the black pepper. If I want something tasty to drizzle over my rice or really anything, make chili oil. And it's very, very, very easy to make. By the way, I see a spider in here. Give me a second. There we go. Tell me more about that. Chili oil? I was thinking about cooking some more black beans this week so I can freeze them and be eating them in the next month, right? But I'm thinking about cooking some black beans this week. I don't have the ground beef though. That's something that I normally don't buy. Chili with beans actually doesn't use a lot of chili peppers. It's more like a barbecue sauce, another thing that I would love to have more often in my home. You need to get a glass jar and fill it like with half with red pepper flakes. Then on the stove I fill a pot with vegetable oil or other flavorless pepper with enough oil to fill the jar. And then I put it to low heat and simmer chunks of onions, garlic, peppercorns for a few minutes, then strain that hot flavored oil right into the jar with the chilies. Wait, with the chilies? With the chilies, do you mean the chili pepper or do you mean the black beans and ground beef? Let me build this rotor drop and then I go back to this talk. Maybe this is a good place for it. I will use a small hack in here. Oh, we need more mechanics? Where are they? You see, nobody will ever see that defective spot on my terrain. I could actually make a connection in here, right? Wait. Show heights on paths. Okay. There. Oh. There we go. Yeah, that's the connection I was talking about. I'm hiring a new mechanic. I'm also changing the inspection of the tower one for 20 minutes. Wait, I'm changing it to, right? I'm changing it to 20 minutes. Then back to the advertisements. Free rides on the Roto Drop, why not? Your dad gave you some homegrown ghost. Oh my god, the ghost peppers? Aren't those the most spicy peppers ever? Thankfully you didn't try. Oh, you didn't try. I read I didn't try them enough. Yes, I was going to say thankfully you didn't try them enough, right? Because otherwise you would not have any water on your mouth. But you didn't dry them enough and they went bad. I'm like mixed feelings about that because maybe that's for the good or for the best Electro because those are dangerous peppers right there, man. I'm worried about your health. Or some other flavorless oil. I think I see what you're saying. But then... Oh my god, every time I need to go to the chat I need to do this game. Okay, there I go. I'm checking the pictures. Okay, it doesn't need to be a huge jar, thank goodness. But I see what you're saying. All I need to do is to like make a specific oil by combining it with garlic and some other spices, onions and green peppers or something. And then I just mix it with the flakes, right? The red pepper flakes. Yes, exactly. Yeah, that sounds easy. But the problem is that I will be using a lot of oil for that. Especially if it is the olive oil. Because I only have two oils in my home. Olive oil and soy oil. I don't imagine that would taste good with soy oil. But then the olive oil is kinda um, valuable for me to use it like that. Oh, you are going to make the chili oil tomorrow? You used one ghost pepper to make a tasty dip. You blended half pepper with a quarter cup cream cheese and onion powder. And then you were eating it with some chips or Doritos or something? I still need to get myself an air fryer so I can make my own chips. Just make a 500 milliliters jar. That's a lot in my opinion. Oh, you cannot use olive oil for that? Really? But soy oil... Oh, it needs to be a flavorless oil like canola, sunflower or peanut. Okay, I can... actually, now that you are giving me the option to use the soy oil, it's a better pick for sure. Not only because it is flavorless, but it's less valuable than the olive oil in my opinion. So I could go for that, yes. Also because when, I don't know, I'm baking pizza or making a dessert or something, you need to use a lot of the soy oil. So if I'm going for something that demands a lot of, or something that demands a large quantity of oil, soy oil is a better option for me, yes. I could go for that, but I'm concerned about the taste. Because even though you are saying that it's a flavorless oil, I don't think that soy oil is flavorless. That's what I was thinking before, but maybe it works. It's not too strong, it's not a strong flavor. It was just hard for me to imagine it. So you love putting a spoon of chili oil with the flakes on rice or noodles. I have been using paprika sometimes, and the hot sauce that I bought, right? Not one that I made. But the thing that I will always have as my number one thing to add on rice will be raisins. Rice with raisins is like another talk. It's so good. But then I also add carrots, and I add some dry parsley and some other herbs. Sometimes I add some arugula too, or some watercress. But what matters the most is adding some raisins. It's the best thing. So let's find a place for the circus. I have been using the hot sauce on my pasta too. Not necessarily noodles, but like spaghetti. Yes, it's great. It's like smoky and spicy a bit. Shredded carrots. There we go, Ultras. It's so good. Dried cranberries. I wish I could taste that someday. The only cranberry thing I know in Brazil is the iced tea cranberry, or maybe I should say the iced cranberry tea, right? The iced cranberry tea from Outback Steakhouse. That's the only cranberry reference I can give you. Nothing else in here is cranberry made or cranberry flavored. A friend of mine loves that tea though. I would rather go for hot tea instead of iced tea, but I still need to try the bubble tea that everybody talked about. By the way, I miss going to the Outback Steakhouse. They have the best strawberry orange juice ever. It's funny the different fruits you are used to versus the ones you haven't tried. All of the berries. The only berry I have tried is, or they are strawberries. Pretty much strawberries. The other ones are rare, like cranberries. Have I ever tried blackberries? I don't know if I have tried blackberries, but I have loved and I do love the artificial flavor of it. But a real blackberry, you know what? Maybe I haven't had it. And then the cherries are artificial in here. The raspberries are artificial in here. The cranberries are like impossible to find. It's because the berries are an American or Canadian or an European thing. In here we have more, I don't know, bigger fruits. We also have our own berries like the acai, right? Or acai. But then you guys can also find some products of those in there, right? So it may not be too strange for you. That's a random thing, I know. I'm the odd person that goes to the Outback Steakhouse to order salads, not to order their steak or, I don't know, their blooming onions. I go there because I love their salads, I love their strawberry orange juice, and I do like their burger too, but it's kinda expensive. Man, dried cranberries as a hiking snack? Man, the strawberry orange juice is so good. There was a whole year that I was addicted to that combination. It's so good. Although Outback Steakhouse's strawberry orange juice is very artificial, it is freaking delicious. But throughout that year, it happened like just after I tried it for my first time in Outback Steakhouse, and I was like, man, this is good. I gotta have it more. And then I started going to the juice stores or juice places, and I started to order them. Can you mix orange and strawberry for me, please? And then I was eating something more fresh instead of artificial. Not fully fresh though, because I'm pretty sure the strawberry they used in there was like a strawberry pulp, but it works, and it is indeed very good. But the Outback one is very artificial, but I don't mind it because it tastes good. You eat handfuls of dried cranberries mixed with nuts and stuff, it's good. Blackberries are nice, not a strong flavor, and they are usually big and explosive to bite into, which is a part of the joy. I imagine that. Your mom has a cherry tree. She had two growing up, but one died. My family used to have a cashew tree, but after the first harvest of that cashew tree, I actually don't remember exactly why we kinda got rid of the tree. There was a reason, but I forgot. But yeah, the cashew tree didn't really grow that much because for some situation that happened, my family decided to remove it. But it harvested once. So what's happening in my park? Everything seems to be doing alright, like we are getting money. Maybe I should start paying the low money here. Maybe also I should go for more advertisement. Some guests are upset, but the park rating is good, the number of guests is growing. Zero people in there? Oh, never mind. Yeah, people are going to the rides. Thankfully, to a return to this game, this has been an okay level, even though I was like, what the F is going on with the paths here? And I'm still is, or I'm still am, right? Or I'm still confused. But we found our ways in here. But I'm pretty sure, if not the next, probably the like upcoming level will be much harder than this, because this is not how this game was treating us before. This game was giving us hard levels every freaking time. Yeah, the park is looking good. Not perfect, but considering my struggle, the comeback, and this freaking terrain, it's going alright, and it's still year 2, right? So I appreciate that. Although the real deal is coming up. Probably the next level. Maybe I can open up more roller coasters in here. These coaster types aren't very profitable since they are one car per train. But at least they are kinda safe. But you know what's crazy? I think it's funny how people play, of course, this game differently. From what you're saying, you make me think and kinda understand that you are a person that plays this game with like lots of budget. I feel that I'm a person that plays this game with like low budget because That's funny to say, considering it's a roller coaster tycoon game, so you should go for the profit path. But normally I don't necessarily need to get the most profit out of everything I have to achieve my goals. But of course, when I get to a very hard level, I will probably need to get to the like craziest amount of profit to be able to complete the objective. But now I'm thinking that I'm a more low budget player, and I still can do it, so that's good. But yeah, as you were saying, you understand a lot about the profit that you can get from the rides, and I kinda don't. For example, that analysis is something that I could never do by my own. Oh, you're now backtracking a bit because 4K per hour is okay, or per month. You always take out all of the low one at the start. Oh yeah, people do that a lot too, right? I kinda only go here if I really need it. It's just different ways of playing. But you know what? I'm pretty sure that maybe that's why I struggle in Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. Because my strategy or way of playing this game doesn't work very well for the sequel. And then that's why that game beats me up. But in general, I would say I'm a very low budget player. You only pay it back when you are swimming in cash. There are also the two types of levels, the ones that you can mess up with the admission price and the other ones that you can only get profit from the rides. I would put myself in the one that prefers when you can have the admission price going on, you know? Because normally this is my best way on getting money. Maybe that's another reason why I don't really understand how much profit I can get from my rides, because this game kinda starts by giving you levels where you can make profit out of the admission price, and then I kinda got used to that. But now that they are changing the rules, I can have a harder time on that. And then I gotta understand more about pricing my rides. But I have an idea, although I never go too high, you know? Like you were saying, oh, you can price your coaster up to the intensity or excitement. When I get to like $5 or $6, that's like already sounding enough to me. But then again, there is also the experience. Electro is probably way more experienced on this game than me. Well, let's pay another 1,000 a year. Is Space Rings, let's go. But the one thing that surprised me on this level is that I was also thinking they would get very lost and complaining about the paths. Surprisingly, they are not. Because I do remember that sometimes you can counter that situation with more connections, although I don't feel like I added many connections, you know? But also it's because this is not a big park. It has confusing paths, but it's also not a big park. For example, Evergreen Gardens. Evergreen Gardens should be renamed to Forever Green Gardens. Like you keep on walking in there forever. Okay, maybe one of the problems we are dealing a lot here is regarding the mechanics, but they are fixing the ride, so don't give me a message if they are already fixing the ride. Come on. Oh, I forgot. I forgot to finish this right here, right? The freaking skiing glasses or goggles. No, that's incorrect. I don't have money to play with this right now, so I shouldn't be doing this anymore, right? But I forgot to complete it. I can at least give you one eye, but the other one I can't. Is there anything very black that I can put in there? No, I don't know if I can decorate it to look like an eye. Can I paint this? I can paint the house. No. No, never mind. This is like just a crazy idea. But yeah, it seems that I still have a lot to do on this second expansion pack. I was thinking I was more close to the end. But this is only the 9th level. Probably there are maybe 25 or 30 levels. You know something that I didn't know about this game, or maybe I should say the creator of this game? It seems that Chris Sawyer, he got the inspiration to come up with this game thanks to his works on how was that other game he has named? How was it named again? Transport Tycoon or something? But it's another game that he worked on that's about railroads. And it seems that thanks to his experience on that game, he came up with the idea of creating some more crazier railroads that could become like a roller coaster. And then That was his change of game styles, you know. Yes, I forgot how the game was named. Transport Tycoon. I want to do those right now. Yeah, Transport Tycoon, there we go. It looks very similar. Have you played it? I haven't played it. But before I jumped again into this game, I decided to watch a video on YouTube about a roller coaster tycoon review. Somebody reviewing this game, so I could like feel it again or like start to get excited to be streaming it again. And then that person told me that Chris Sawyer got the inspiration to create this one game thanks to the Transport Tycoon games. There are still a few fans of that game. Maybe someday I should try it, even though the idea of building railroads doesn't really get to me that much. What I wanted to try are other park games or park sims like Parkitect, Planet Coaster. Although Planet Coaster running on my computer, that's going to be a nightmare. But Parkitect seems possible. There are also some very old park simulators that I remember some friends of mine playing them. For example, um, man, how were they called? I'm only getting Planet Coaster on my mind now. Yes, I'm forgetting the names, but there are a couple games or a couple park sims from the past that I always wanted to try them. Oh, a group of roller coaster tycoon streamers are really enjoying Parkitect. Emily was the one that told me about that game. Man, how are those games called again? I forgot. Let me actually Google, because then I can remember the names. So Parkitect is like a roller coaster tycoon 2.5 with modern graphics. My curiosity about it is regarding the objectives. I every time there is a new. Oh, Planet Coaster, right? No, Planet Coaster is the freaking new one. I'm saying that I can't get out of that name from my mind. Old Park Simulator games. Pixels, thank you so much for the resub. How are you, man? I hope you have been great. 8 months already, right? It is one off a Twitch, baby. Do you wanna name it? How do you wanna name it? I'm doing great, man. Don't worry about being busy or not being around that much. That's fine, I understand it. Not to mention that I have been playing the same game forever, so some people will not be around because of that. But that's all fine. Yeah, I'm glad to see you as well. Theme park? Maybe. Oh, yeah, Sim Theme Park, right? That's one of them. Oh my god, I found a I found a whole list of theme park management video games. There is one that was released in 1983 called 3D Crazy Coaster, and then we had Roller Coaster, Roller Coaster Rumbler, Trailville. I have heard of this one. Yeah, Trailville. It's for PlayStation 2. Yeah, and then you have Theme Park in 1994, Roller Coaster Tycoon in 1999, Coaster Works Theme Park Legoland, No Limits Theme Park Inc., Ultimate Ride Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, Efteling Tycoon, I haven't heard of that, Roller Coaster Mania, Roller Coaster 3D, No Limits, Roller Coaster Tycoon 4 Mobile, Roller Coaster Tycoon World, Planet Coaster, Theme Park Studio, and then some other Roller Coaster Tycoon games, and then Parkitect. Yes, you were right, Electro. So the game that I was trying to remember was Theme Park. Have you played it? I could swear there were more park management simulator games out there. But yeah, the only two other names I could remember from this list were Theme Park and Thrillville. But then Thrillville is for PS2, right? It's not a PC game. The other ones I haven't heard of them. Besides Architect, but then that's a more recent game, and Planet Coaster. But yeah, Theme Park, I hope I can try it at some point. That game is long? Do you mean Digimon World? It's actually shorter, but I have been trying some side quests in there. I will actually still be playing it, but I decided to be playing Digimon World only on Sundays and then playing something different, and as you can see, Roller Coaster Tycoon on Saturdays. Both games are very long, so now I'm working with all of the long games of this channel, because maybe one day we can finish them and then maybe play shorter games, hopefully. But yeah, man, I love this one game in here, Roller Coaster Tycoon. It's freaking great. Super chill, so charming as well. It kind of doesn't feel that it has aged because it's such a good vibes game. I wonder if you have ever played this. I mean, I keep seeing you're still on the Digimon World grind. Yeah, right. But thankfully we are still getting, or we are getting lucky in there and progressing, because there are chances of not progressing at all. No, every stream we can at least get something out of new side quests, or we can get something new every time. But it is indeed a very long run because it takes time for you to complete those cycles of Digimon and then get new ones, right? But of course I could have already beaten it. It's just that I'm going for the extra stuff. And then that's my Pokemon fanatism that makes me act like that. Because I kind of want to catch them all, when it's not necessarily a need. I mean, EA Theme Park it's from 1994. Yeah, it seems that it was the first one from the PC games. The games made by Bullfrog were the best. Were they those ones, the EA Theme Park and Theme Park World? We should test them out. I will be playing some short games afterwards, but I also should tell you that you know this channel, you know that even a short game can take ages for us to complete them. Thanks to chatting, thanks to my great, amazing, and fantastic performance on video games in general, not really. But yes, even the short games can take forever, depending on how they go. But I'm planning to play some other short games, especially flash games. If there is something that, speaking about nostalgia, as this is also the topic in here, if there is something that I'm feeling very nostalgic to go after and play, are some flash games. And I'll be bringing two to my stream soon. Bloons Tower Defense, which will be also the first time we are playing a tower defense game here, and the Fancy Pants Adventure. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it. Very great indie platformer and a flash game. These games are the best. These games are from the golden age. Oh yeah, right. And I need to finish this one. So let's go. My childhood always dreamed on this day that I would be beating the last objective of RollerCoaster Tycoon and playing the Mega Park. So even though it's been a long break since I last streamed this game, I have never given up. The idea of what a video game should provide has changed a lot. I agree. Yeah, today what people expect the most from video games is tutorials. I'm kidding. But like, it's what the video games wanna provide the most, right? Here, player, here's a bunch of tutorials. Are you happy now? Or do you need another slap on your face with my tutorials? Ha ha ha, you can never progress because everything is like written in here and you won't have anything to discover by your own. Yeah, that's how video games are today, by the way. And the original idea of a video game and its story is the most innocent and awesome, and more simple as well, right? Something that it's like, press start and good luck. That's how it used to be in the past. I have only played RollerCoaster Tycoon 1, Open, RCT 2. You haven't played RollerCoaster Tycoon 3? You played a little bit of Planet Coaster and Pantera's Theme Park Studio. I haven't heard of this one, Pantera's Theme Park Studio, but I'm kinda surprised you haven't played RollerCoaster Tycoon 3. Oh, you have heard of them, Electro Let's Go. They are freaking great. I used to play them back in the 2000s. And I have never beaten those two either, so I'm excited. It is not about the tutorials, that's a symptom. Yeah, games should not be about the tutorials. Of course, there are games that have great tutorials and great gameplay and everything, Persona 5 for example. But I don't know, games from the past that are more, you know, discover it by your own and good luck, even if they destroy you because they are hard or something, like Digimon World for example. That's the thing, like, it's challenging, it's great to discover things, it's good for you to finally overcome the challenges. That's one of the reasons why I'm still going on that game. Tutorials exist because they want games to be more accessible. And then the reason they want games to be more accessible by everyone is because more people being able to play is because they sell more copies. And then people get less frustrated, yeah. Although there are companies, for example Disney, that in the past, their strategy used to be the opposite. Let's make our games completely hard and impossible to be beaten, so the kids can never play them, or actually can never beat them. And then the parents won't be complaining at us by saying that their games were too short, you know? Of course, by doing that, Disney has traumatized a whole generation of people. But hey, maybe they got their point, like, the parents stopped complaining that their games were too short. And then those kids, like us, were playing the Disney games forever, because it doesn't mean necessarily that as a kid, for you to have fun, you need to complete a game. For example, when I was a kid playing my Sega Genesis, I could not beat any of my 5 Sega Genesis games, not even Sonic 2. But I still had a lot of fun. So there is also that, like, the mindset of a kid is different than a mindset of an older gamer, right? Maybe Disney had a point. Selling more copies because they are more accessible by everyone means more money. Games used to be about breaking the boundaries. Now games are made to sell more and make money, yeah. Especially if you consider the DLCs, right? The DLCs is what it is what boosts that idea even more. Like, oh yeah, let's make more money out of this. Let's add a DLC. There is a large idea around game difficulty and where it comes from. Video Game Donkey has a good video describing game difficulty. He normally is a comedian YouTuber, but he has a good breakdown on game difficulty. That sounds like a very experienced gamer. Game difficulty all comes down to making money as well. Like Disney's strategy, maybe. But yes, I'm not saying that playing a game that has tutorials or everything is kind of there for you to understand about the playthrough or the game or the gameplay. It can be good. Like it's not bad every time, right? For example, if you're looking for something more chill, more easy, like less brain cracker or something, then it's a easy choice for you to go. But I still love some games that are more, I don't know, more, it's another experience. It's like, what the heck is going on? Let's learn by trying it out. Of course, you can get very frustrated and then give up, but I don't think it should be ignored, even for today's games or today's standards. Honestly, it is amazing to really understand the origins of game evolution. Yeah, there are a lot of factors for sure. It is a very intricate beast. It all comes down to making a game that costs X to create, Y to market, and Z amount of people will buy it and endorse it. And then getting those X, Y, and Z values are amazing. But it's what you said, like, it really sucks when they are making games just to make money out of it, right? Of course, like any business, it is important for you to have some profit out of it, but it's sad when the game is just that, or like it's not a deep game, or actually the word for games is like being fun, right? So when you have a game that's not fun but it's definitely a money maker, it can be very disappointing. Yeah, the key word for games is being fun. There can be very simple games that don't necessarily need a lot of work for them to come up with that game, but they are fun, so that's what matters the most. And sometimes the tutorials can be a factor on the challenge, and to some people, challenging things can be more fun than non-challenging things. And that's the point about the tutorial situation. But on the other hand, if you want to play something more casual and not feel too stressed out over challenges, then you can prefer going for a very tutorial heavy game. But you have to remember you can't create any good game if you don't invest money on it. Yes, you can't create anything pretty much, right? And who wants to invest money into anything if they won't make their money back? Yeah, they won't take many risks. Welcome to 2021. Yeah, maybe because the video game industry was still very new back in the day, they were taking bigger risks. And then, like, they were even releasing games that, I don't know, they were very hard or very challenging, or they were not very tested out. And then in the end, some of those games were very successful because people, even though they were hard or like, you know, uh, I don't want to say incomplete, but they were not very refined. They worked out great because they exceeded some expectations of people, or they were giving the people the challenges they wanted for those days. By the way, this is not a very good ride for us. But today, maybe they take less risks and they kinda keep on using the same formula, right? Over and over again. Maybe you can find games that are closer to the ones we used to have, more in the indie universe than in the big first parties universe of games, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure there are still some indie games that will still give you a nostalgic feeling or experience in how they are set more than the first party games. Because indie games do take risks. So now we have money to send more advertisements and probably finish. Oh, it's already finished? Okay. So it's only money for the advertisements. Or I can also risk it a little bit and try maximizing my research. Why not? Also give me shops and stalls. We still have a whole year to wait. You gotta be away for a bit. That's okay, Pixels. You may or may not be back. That's fine. If you don't come back, then nice to see you again. And I hope to talk to you again soon. But thank you so much, man. If you not have a great session, this game is awesome. Do you mean if I don't beat the objective? What do you mean by great session? But RollerCoaster Tycoon, if that's the game you're talking about, it's awesome, yes. It's my favorite PC game, actually. There isn't anything else that I can build, is there? I mean, I could try another coaster, but... There is the golf, but landscaping sucks. If only I had the go-karts, I could go for the go-karts. Let's wait for the next attraction. Speaking of old games, I watched the video that this YouTuber was with this crazy idea of like search for different colored Bowsers in the history of Mario, and he wanted to see how many different colored Bowsers was there because of like the new Super Mario 3D World Bowser's Furry DLC, or that new coming up game, and that they created the God Slayer Bowser, that's like a giant and dark Bowser. He was like, yeah, this Bowser is looking amazing, but what about all of the other Bowsers that were ever created? So what he ended up doing was like making a whole research of Bowser's appearances in media, not only video games, but also in magazines and all sorts of stuff, even movies or cartoons. And he was separating them by the colors of the Bowser. And the most curious Bowser he was able to find was a blue Bowser. And that blue Bowser is very mysterious because he appears in the Super Mario Bros. 2 The Lost levels, and nobody really knows what or who he is. So there is this mystery, like, who is this blue Bowser? Because even Nintendo is kinda unsure about who he really is. So when I was watching that video, I was thinking, could this blue Bowser be like a Waluigi version of Bowser, or like a Wario version of Bowser, like a Wa Bowser? But yeah, I had no idea about the existence of a blue Bowser up until that video. The other Bowsers they talked about, I kinda have seen them or heard of them. But a blue Bowser in Super Mario Bros. 2 The Lost Levels. Some people were even thinking he was like a brother of Bowser. But yeah, that's a fun fact for you, that there is a blue Bowser in the Mario universe that's very mysterious. Nobody really knows who he is. A Wowzer? Well, there is Meowser, right? Now that there is this game with the cat transformation. Meowser exists. Wowzer, maybe? Probably my favorite Bowser is the one. I don't know why, but it's probably the one from Super Mario 64. Even though you know the pixels and everything, he's the most nostalgic looking Bowser to me. But definitely the most terrifying Bowser is not this new one for New Super Mario. Wait. Super Mario 3D World, right? It's not the one from Super Mario 3D World, the God's Lair Bowser. The most terrifying Bowser will always be the one in Super Mario Brothers 2. Actually, never mind. Super Mario World 2, right? By the way, is the stream down? Because I'm losing frames. Yeah, I guess I have no frames going on. Okay, is it back? No, it's unstable. Okay, maybe now it's back? So, I don't know what's going on, but the server is looking really bad. But hopefully now it's getting a little bit more stable. Yeah, it's looking more green now. So hopefully we don't have a lot of instability or instability. But I don't know what was that. It was Twitch servers messing up with us. But thankfully this is like the last year of this level, so we just need to wait until it's over. And we did the most difficult part of the level already, so even if this instability keeps on going on, we don't need to stay for many more hours with the stream, right? Also, hey Meowser, it's funny you are showing up because I was just saying that Meowser is the Bowser in Super Mario 3D World, right? We were talking about Bowsers. Okay, yeah, there we go. In here, it's looking green, like the connection or the stability. So I guess it's over. But it was really bad, like it was going to zero on every time. But how are you, Meowser? Yeah, now it's back to normal. Yes, on my OBS, it's looking normal. But I was saying that my favorite Bowser is probably the Bowser from Super Mario 64. He looks bad, I know, but he's the one that gives me the most nostalgia. And I kinda have never been a big fan of the Bowser of Super Mario World. I'm not sure about you, but I don't like him that much, his appearance. But I was also saying that the most terrifying Bowser is the one from Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island, which is pretty much the baby Bowser, but after he grows like crazy, like a Godzilla. Yeah, that's the most terrifying Bowser, even more than this Godslayer Bowser, in my opinion. Because that, my friends, is a heck crazy epic fight. I'm not sure where am I going to build this, but I think I will build it down here. Just because it's an octopus, putting it on water fits, right? Your favorite Bowser is the one in Paper Mario? Oh my god, that's a good pick. That's a very good pick. He's a very funny and clumsy Bowser, right? And he looks great as well. Oh, you know another one of my least favorite Bowsers? The one from Mario and Luigi, but the first one. I used to be scared of him actually. This can be a little bit of a spoiler, so don't listen to me in the next minute if you have never played Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. But there is a moment in that game that the villain of the game, Bauleta, actually Kakleta, right? Kakleta fuses or kinda possesses Bowser, and then they become Bauleta. There we go. That scene in the game used to make me scared because I never really liked how they look like in that game. So yeah, that's another unfavorite Bowser of mine. Man, Paper Mario, did you see that Paper Mario 64 turned 20 years old? 20 or 25 now? I think it's 20. 20 years old in the US. Paper Mario is also a favorite of mine, especially the first one. Probably your favorite will be the second, right, Meowser? The Thousand Year Door, that's people's uh, most favorite Paper Mario. But mine is the first one, 64. Oh, you have only played 64? There we go. The last Nintendo console you owned was a Nintendo 64? What happened after that? Did you change to a Sony console or a Microsoft console, or you actually haven't gotten any more consoles? Well, my last Nintendo console was the 3DS, but I gotta get a new one because it is not working properly. Bowser's Final Smash in Super Smash Bros. Is pretty scary looking. I agree, good call. The Giga Bowser, right? Yeah, that's the Giga Bowser. He was also on the list of that guy that kinda found every possible different looking Bowser ever. Yeah, he also included the Super Smash Bros. Final Smash Bowser. But the one that I was thinking the most was this one, Blue Bowser. This Blue Bowser, nobody really has an answer of who he really is in the Mario universe, if he's a brother of Bowser, because you know that in the first game, right, in Super Mario Brothers, the green Mario is Luigi. So why were they